What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Wednesday morning episode of the Daily Juice podcast with me, Matt Perrault, at Sports Talk Matt, to follow me on Twitter. And we are here thanks to our friends at BetMGM, title sponsor with that $1,000 first bet offer for new users with the promo code JUICE when you sign up for a new account at BetMGM.com. Promo code JUICE. 3-0. We like that after an 0-3. We come right back. We are still down the juice for the week, but that's not bad. 3-3 down the juice, much better than where we were to start the week, going 0-3. So that was nice. Basketball comes in, St. Joe's with a good cover there in their game against Loyola Chicago. We get the under, maybe the easiest under of the year with the Wild, 0-0 to overtime we go. Wild lose the game, but we get the under right. And the over for Montreal, the Vegas hangover trend continues to be profitable. We will watch that and bet that quite a bit the rest of the hockey season when teams are at home following a roadie to Vegas. So 3-0 day, like it. Vegas Golden Knights under as well. That was nice. So we got that hockey bet right. I hit a hockey parlay. I got the puck line wrong for the Flyers game. That didn't come in. And then I missed on one other bet. I was 6-2 on the day, personally. And then I went to the WAC play-in game between Stephen F. Austin and Utah Tech, which used to be called Dixie State. But there was a wild game, good game, overtime game. I think I made 12 in-game bets. Dave Sherapen and I just sat there. We'll tell more stories about the betting on our other show, but it was a lot of fun. So it's late. It's midnight right now, Pacific time. So I know a lot of you guys who are night owls, who are working the midnight shifts up in Canada, who are doing the plows, and you guys are listening to the podcast. Sorry, we're late tonight on this one, but I've got 4 plays for you, so hopefully that will make it up. I got 3 in college basketball, 1 in the NHL. Very small NHL slate today, just 1 bet we're going to make. 4 bets going for us today, but before we talk about anything else, let me tell you about Fanimal. You guys, this is a new sponsor of ours here for the Daily Juice. We love going to events. We love live events. I was just at one, but buying tickets stinks. Hidden fees suck. Customer service is terrible, and coordinating with your friends is a nightmare. Then you go and check out Fanimal. That's Fanimal. They got tickets for everything. Concerts, festivals, football, basketball, baseball, hockey. There are no fees. The price you see is the price you pay. That's right. The cheapest ticket on the internet is at Fanimal. We've all experienced how painful it is to coordinate with your friends about going to concerts and events. And, well, you put the money up and then you're chasing your friends to get reimbursed. And if they don't pay you, you're stuck with the whole bill. Fanimal's got a patented group purchasing plan, and this makes it easy. It splits payments for your friends. No one's left holding the bag. You don't commit until your friends do. Pick the seats. Pick how many tickets you want to pay for yourself and send the link to your friends. When your group, they all join, everyone gets charged separately and your tickets are secured. Plus, you can stack cash by inviting friends. You get $10 every time someone joins your group. It's good, it's easy, it's simple, and Fanimal's got tremendous, amazing customer service. Don't take my word for it. Check out the hundreds of 5-star reviews on the internet. Next time you need tickets, go to Fanimal.com or download the Fanimal app and use the code FANIMALJUICE. One word, FANIMALJUICE, for $20 off your first purchase. Check out Fanimal and experience more. Okay, so I can tell you pretty quickly here about the hockey bet. I'm not going to go too deep into this because it's pretty darn obvious and pretty darn easy. It's 5.5. Under is even money. Jets in the Wild. Well, what am I betting? I think I'm going to go ahead and bet the over in this game at 5.5? Come on now. No way. This is a surefire trend-following bet every time. Doesn't mean it's going to cash. Okay, just FYI, just so you guys know, it doesn't mean it's going to cash just because it's been extremely profitable. It just means it's a system bet. It's a play that I'm going to make. Winnipeg is 40-18-6 at home this year to the under. Over the last 10 games, Winnipeg is 6-3-1 to the under. On the road, the Minnesota Wild, they are 6-2-2 to the under. On the season, the Wild are 17-11-2 to the under. It's Hellebuck against Gustafsson, not confirmed, but the likely goalie matchup. 5.5, even money, under 5.5. Jets and the Wild here. First period under, go right ahead. Okay, you want to jump in on that? I'll be on that as well, but not officially. But if you want to hop in on it, feel free. It's been very profitable for the Wild. This is the number 1 and number 3 team in the NHL playing each other first period under. Watch the game go over in the first period just because it's wonky and weird. But officially, under 5.5, Wild and the Jets. Okay, college basketball. 3 bets going, okay? So let's go in the order that these games are going to be played, okay? The first game that I am betting, let me just make sure I've got the order correct here on all the bets that we are making, and that is for today. Yes, okay, so the first game is Air Force and UNLV. Okay, so it's a 1:30 Pacific time. That's a 4:30 Eastern time start at Thomas and Mack. Home court for the Running Rebels for UNLV up against Air Force. Okay, now, these two teams played earlier in the year at UNLV. The total was 139. The game went under by 32 points. Okay, way under. But at home this year, Vegas has been an over team, 10-5. In conference, UNLV has been an over team, 12-6. Air Force on the road's 5-7, but in conference, they're 10-8. The last 2 games for UNLV have gone under, but that's because the total started to go up a little bit higher. They went 124.5 Fresno State over, 130.5 Wyoming over, 138.5 Utah State over, 139 New Mexico over. Ken Pom has this at 138 from a total perspective, okay? UNLV, last home game against Utah State, 148, went over by 9. They gave up 91 points to Utah State. Now, again, 54-53, the 139 total, it was, just a pathetic offensive performance by both teams, but it was a weird time of the year. Both teams may have been a little bit tired, and I'm going to throw that game out and say that was an anomaly, and that's not going to happen here. But because that game happened, we get a total of 134 on this. That's not bad. I'm going to play over. All right. It should be 138, 4 points of value here. The first matchup was 139. We get 134. UNLV will have a crowd. This is an afternoon lunchtime game. I think UNLV wins the game. I'm not comfortable, though, laying 6.5 points, 6 points. I'm not comfortable with UNLV. I don't know if they cover, to be completely frank. UNLV has not been great. Air Force could win the game for that matter. UNLV at home is 4-11 ATS. 8-10 ATS in the Mountain West Conference. 8-4 on the road. Air Force ATS 9-9. So I lean Air Force probably to cover this, but let's get a back and forth battle. Let's get a game that doesn't need overtime to go over, but first bet is over 134 for 1.1 units. Air Force and UNLV. Bet number 2, and I cannot wait to watch this game. Boston College is playing up against North Carolina. Boston College won and beat the dog crap out of Louisville yesterday. Boston College, it's a 7 o'clock Eastern time, 4 o'clock start time. Let me just make sure that I'm not missing the third bet here. Yes, there it is. Sorry. DePaul and Seton Hall. That game's at 2:30 Pacific time, 5:30 Eastern. That game is before we go to the Big East, the ACC tournament, to the Big East. DePaul at Seton Hall. So this is going to be interesting to me because DePaul has been horrible ATS. 6-12-2 ATS in the Big East, 11-18-2 overall, 2-8 over their last 10, 6-9-1 on the road. Why does that matter? Because Seton Hall is playing in New York. It's a neutral site at MSG, but there's going to be a ton of fans there for Seton Hall. They bring it here. On a Wednesday evening, this will be a very partisan crowd for Seton Hall. Seton Hall 16-13-1 in the Big East on the year. They're 7-8 ATS, but they're 10-9-1 ATS in the Big East this year. They just beat Providence on the road by 24 points to head into this conference tournament with some real momentum, really big. And man, it's been ugly. DePaul hasn't won a game since they beat Xavier on the 18th of January. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 consecutive losses. What are they doing? You think they're all of a sudden rise up and be fired up and be like, yeah, let's go play hard here? I don't see it. I'm going to lay the 6 points here. Seton Hall, -6 against DePaul. I think Seton Hall gets a big victory here going away. Hopefully we're not sweating this down to 1 or 2 possessions, but I'm taking Seton Hall laying 6 for 1.1 units up against DePaul. So 1 over, 1 favorite, and the last game of the day, Boston College at North Carolina. Look, you can blast me, you can call me a homer, you can do whatever you want with this, but this number is wrong. This number should not be 9.5. It's going up. You're going to get 10, okay? You may get 10.5. There's absolutely no rhyme or reason for this to actually go ahead and get this. I bet 9.5 earlier tonight. Let me see if it already moved, because I was at the game. I haven't looked at this, and we can make the official number even better, because North Carolina, they'll win the game, but I don't think they're going to win this game going away. I don't think they're going to kill Boston College. Let's see where DraftKings is here for this one. It's 10.5. Let's take, okay, plus 10.5. I bet 9.5. You guys, let's make 10.5 the official bet. I may even double bet it and rebet it. Here's the thing, okay? So looking at Ken Palm's numbers for Boston College, I'm actually kind of stunned at this number. So Ken Palm has this as an 8-point win for North Carolina. Now, they don't take the neutral court into effect. I'll give you that. But you start looking at North Carolina and what they have done this season on the road in conference. They're 11-9 straight up in conference. And they just lost to Duke, which pretty much took them out of their chances of winning, of getting into an at-large bid. They got to go deep in the ACC tournament. And Boston College isn't really afraid of anybody. There's no pressure here on BC whatsoever. They lost by 8 points at North Carolina earlier this year, which is pretty impressive to go down there and play at North Carolina. Boston College is a team that is just sort of feisty. They can jump up and beat you. If you aren't taking them seriously, they can absolutely beat you outright. BC can win this game outright. I'm serious. They're 6-10 at home ATS, but they were 9-7 ATS on the road. They're 5-1 ATS over their last 6 games. They're 14-8 ATS in the ACC. North Carolina was 10-19-2 this year ATS, 7-12-1 ATS in the ACC. In the last 10 games going into this tournament, there were 3-7 ATS. But this number is going up. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Boston College ended the year winning 4 of their last 5. 3 of their last 4. They just beat Louisville. So now 4 of their last 5. They covered the 6-point line, winning by 18 points. They've played on this court. You want to take BC in the first half? Another good bet to make. Boston College in the first half. You may get BC catching 5, 6, 7 points. Not bad jumping on with that. North Carolina is so inconsistent here. Plus 10.5. Take Carolina. Sprinkle moneyline Boston College. But I'm taking BC plus 10.5 up against North Carolina here. Again, I bet it at 9.5. You guys are going to get it better. You're going to get 10.5. Take 10.5. That's beautiful for BC up against North Carolina. I don't see it. I know it's Greensboro. I know it's going to be a home game. Don't get it. I think North Carolina wins by 6. Give me BC plus 10.5 for 1.1 units. All right. 3 bets in college basketball, 1 bet in the NHL, under 5.5 Jets and the Wild for even money for 1 unit. We're taking North Carolina and taking Boston College plus 10.5 against North Carolina for 1.1 units. We're laying 6 with, my brain is so fried at the moment on these things. Yes, DePaul. Seton Hall, -6 up against DePaul for 1.1 units. And we're going over 134 for UNLV and Air Force, again for 1.1 units. Let's have some fun. I'll be in the Discord channel all day long. Lots of good things, live bets, and other fun stuff coming at you in the Discord channel. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt every morning. The Daily Juice Podcast being brought to you by BetMGM.